This video is brought to you by Megalopolis City of Collectibles.
It's Morphin' time!
Don't forget to head over to megalopolis.toys for all of your more phenomenal Power Rangers action figure needs, including things like the Power Rangers Lightning Collection from Hasbro. Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Pumpkin Wrapper. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in a larger scale Lightning Collection window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see a really cool image of the figure. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. Alright guys, so let's check out the Wrappin' Pumpkin, or Pumpkin Wrapper I should say, out. I'm so stoked about this because I'm so glad that we're actually getting more villains. I feel like villains were some of the main things lacking from previous Power Ranger lines, and I'm so glad that Hasbro is giving us more villains, especially characters like this who are just wild and crazy designs, so I love this. I think the head sculpt came out great. I think Hasbro did such a great job with this. I love the wash that we're getting on there all throughout around the back of the head. All throughout that looks incredible. Now I have seen people talk about how there is a lack of black in the eyes and in the mouth. The thing is, he's not supposed to have a black mouth and black eyes. It's supposed to be just fairly washed out like that. Maybe you could use a little more of a black wash in there, just to darken it up a little bit. But for the most part, that's how it's supposed to be, and I think that works out really good. So I think they did a great job with that. Just the whole collar right here, this is a separate piece. Looking really nice. I wish this was a little better done because it just looks like little dots of spray paint on black on the collar here, and then just a little dot, dot, dot. So I wish that was done a little bit better, but I appreciate that they're even trying. The sculpting of the body looks really good with all the line work and the stitching. The fading of the green into the orange looks really, really nice. The hands all look really good. These little shoulder pads of the vines coming out looks really good. I love this giant vine coming down like that. One thing I guess I will say is that I do wish the body itself had this similar wash going on with the head all throughout here and through all these little cracks and things like that. I think that would have been really cool. The feet are fantastic. I love those feet. They're so good. Very cool. But yeah, man, I think this guy looks great. Again, I know what people are talking about here, but honestly, that's pretty accurate. Again, maybe it could be a little bit darker, but still, I think it looks really good. I think this is just an awesome figure. Okay, so let's talk accessories now. We do get interchangeable hands, so you can see I have a closed-fisted hand right here for his left side, where we have a gripping hand on there right there. And then we have this more open palm hand for the right side, and then a more gripping hand for the right side. And they interchange just like all the other Rangers, so that works out really nice. So I love the fact that he even came with interchangeable hands. I think that's really cool. We do get multiple vine weapons, so you can grip these and whip the Rangers and things like that, so those are really nice. You got a smaller one here, which looks really good. And then we do have a larger one, then you have a little gripping handler here, and then you have once more a little loop, so you can like wrap around some Rangers and pull them in and tighten. So I think that's really cool. So I love the fact that we're getting these vine accessories. I think they all look really nice, and the color on those looks really good. This is something I guess I wish they had a little wash too, like the head of the figure, just something to give them a little more depth and things like that. So still really, really nice. We also do get this whirling effect, which I think is cool. You'll see some pictures with this. I always love the fact that Power Rangers Lightning Collection gives us all these different cool effect pieces, you know, because there's always like lightning and explosions and powers going off in the show. So it's really cool that they're giving us these with pretty much every figure. I think that's really awesome, and that just looks cool, man. And you can like wrap this around his hand or anything like that, or his weapons or his vines. I think you could actually work it through if you want to. You can't get it on there like that, so if you want to do something like that, you can do so. I think that's really cool. So I love the way that looks, man. Very cool accessory. I love that. And I think probably the coolest thing is they'll actually get these extra pumpkin heads like this, or just pumpkins if you want to display them around them like this. These are nicely sculpted too, with a little wash in there. And as you can see, I'll bring this guy in. You can pop these on the Ranger figures themselves, which I think is really cool. They actually do pop on via the peg like that, so pretty much like an interchangeable head. It's a little tricky to get these on there with the dumbbell joint or the barbell joint right there, going back and forth like this, so it's a little tricky to get them on, but when you can, you do so, and it's really cool having the Rangers with the pumpkins on their heads. I think that's super funny. And that just adds so much to this guy. So this is just such a memorable character, a memorable villain, and adding things like this, I think that's super cool. They really didn't have to do that, but I'm glad they did, because that looks awesome. And again, just a great, cool toy. Alright, so now let's run down his articulation and see what we have here. So the head itself does appear to be on a ball joint, but because it's such a massive head, and because of this collar piece here, you're really only going to get left and right like that, so it can turn. It's a fairly tight joint, so you can do that. And I've tried seeing if I could pop this off the head. I'm not really sure if you can or not, and I really don't want to risk it. So yeah, I'm not sure if you could take this off or not. So the arms can go all the way around full 360 like that, up and out that far. We do get a nice butterfly joint in there, so that's really nice. Rotation at the bicep. We have double jointed elbows that work very nice, so that's really good. We got a rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We got a ball peg in the midsection that goes into his chest, so that rolls around, does turn left and right, and crunches back and forth, pivots side to side a little bit, as well as an actual ab crunch in there, so you can crunch this guy all the way forward that far, which is pretty good, and then all the way back that far, which is really nice. So lots of motion in the torso there. We got hip joints that kick forward that far, back, not so much, splits all the way out, rotation in the upper thigh. We got double jointed knees that works very nice. We do get a boot rotation, ankles go up, down, and a very good ankle rocker. So very nice articulation for this guy. Honestly, a lot better than I thought it might be. Again, I'm just really happy that Hasbro is giving us more villains. That is something that we've been wanting for so long. And I think it's cool that we're getting good quality villains, because this guy feels like quality. I'm so happy with this. Get an iconic villain like this in the Lightning Collection. And in my opinion, he is a definite must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger and Pink Ranger. And for even more comparison, here he is standing next to the Lightning Collection Goldar and Putty. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Pumpkin Rapper. Now overall, I think this is a really cool figure, and in my opinion, he's one of those iconic villains that definitely needed a cool action figure, and I think Hasbro delivered. I think the sculpt is incredible, all the detail of all the line work is so well done. I love all the vines and the colors of the paint apps, all look really nice. And yes, I do wish the face could use a little bit of a darker wash as well as the rest of the body, but it's still not terrible, and I still think it looks really good. The articulation is very well done, and I really dig all the accessories, especially those pumpkin heads. That's pretty awesome, pretty genius to come with that. I think he's very well worth a deluxe figure description, and I think he is definitely a must get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.
world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.